Hi there, my name is Peter Davison, the Rabbi from another planet. Please like, share, and subscribe, and ring that little bell so you're notified when new videos drop. And I've been watching Westworld Season 3, was it Episode 4? The Mother of Exiles. And yeah, I have to tell you, I'm enjoying it. I know I'm out of step with a lot of you out there, but I'm really genuinely enjoying it. I'm finding this a fascinating season, and now I'm looking firmly at the severe missteps of Seasons 2 as just that. Missteps which they clearly regret and they're trying to step away from. And I think they're pretty much succeeding to, but I don't think it's going to help them at all. So, yeah, it's clear to me that this is more of a general level, that the heart is the captain of the ship. When you're talking about a person, let's say you're using a ship as a metaphor for a person, the heart is the captain and the mind, the brain is subordinate to that, which is not what we would think. But I just see that over and over and over again. You know, the only way to be able to watch and enjoy this show, this series, is to be able to forgive it. Without that, you can only see its faults and not its merits. And its merits are really, thus far, pretty significant, you know. But the same is true for people as well. I had this this good friend of mine. I thought it was a good friend I think I felt really genuinely betrayed me about like a month ago. Like, if you're following my channel, I had this whole like thing where I loudly denounced the rabbi of my local shul over the handling of this local issue, which I'm not going to go into. Now, most people kind of see my point, you know, like even they thought I did it I enacted it in a too harsh a way. They didn't think I was like insane, but there was this friend of mine who was a real groupie of this rabbi, which I really didn't know about. If I'd known, I would have dealt with him very differently, but it was a real groupie of this rabbi. And so, yeah, he just wasn't able to speak to me afterwards. He hasn't spoken to me pretty much ever since. Now, before, like, I saw him walking in the street. We're allowed to do like a 100-meter walk around our house right now. But so I saw him walking in the street the other day, trying to get some exercise from my house. And I saw him, and I thought, oh, what a piece of crap. I couldn't stand. And, like, before I saw him, I saw his good qualities. So, you know, again, the heart is the captain of the ship. That's so true. So that's the trick to enjoying Westworld and to being able to maintain friendships. I understand people feel very betrayed by Westworld, and they really can't forgive it. You know, this was really I think one of the first noticeable real hits of the excesses of the Me Too era, you know, that just destroyed our culture, destroying our culture and destroying our entertainment. So yeah, people feel extremely hurt by it, especially as season 1 was just so freaking perfect, so great. So yeah, in life in general, if you can find a way to forgive, you're always going to be stronger for it. And if you can't, you're always going to be weaker for it. You know, just like me and my friend. You know, we're both my former friend, I should say. We're both losers in this situation. Although, yeah, personally, I think he's a bit more of a loser than me. But I'm biased, but you know, we're all losers in that situation. And and to much less extent, I felt much less betrayed and hurt by Westworld. So it was easy to overcome it and forgive it. And honestly, I've been really enriched by that. You know what's going to enrich you? You know what's going to make your life so much better? And this is just opinion, of course. You can't take it to the bank. But hit that subscribe button. You hit that subscribe button, I think that's going to make you feel all warm and glowy and tingly inside. I'm not going to say that hitting the subscribe button is absolutely going to prevent you from the effects of any global pandemic or economic fallout that comes from it. I'm not going to say that. But maybe it will. So hit that subscribe button today. Like, share, subscribe. All those things are fantastic. Go and check the video notes. There's stuff I give away each week on this channel. I'm not sure when I'm putting out this review, so I don't know what the stuff will be. Go and check the video notes. You'll see what the stuff is. There's also a Doctor Who audio adventure you can download, again, in the video notes. Okay, so back to the episode. And my first thing about this, firstly, we get to see Ed Harris again, where the William the Man in Black. And I'm having real trouble reconciling that with how he ended up in the end of season 2. At the end of season 2, I thought that he was dead, that he was killed, and he existed only as a virtual construct. And so that's how it looks like we're starting this week. That he's in this virtual world and he's being tortured for his repeated abuse of Dolores over the years. Um, but then all of a sudden, there's a weird segue, and we're in the real world, making me think maybe none of this in this season is the real world at all. We get a little bit more understanding of why Dolores resurrected Berta, but not much because it's all very very cryptic. Does she feel indebted to him? Connected to him over all the time they spent in those sessions throughout season one. And but what's the other word? I can't remember. Bernard was based on somebody else, but I can't remember what the character's name was. It's kind of an anagram of Bernard, was it? I can't remember. It sounded like Bernard. It sounded like an anagram of Bernard. I really shouldn't be able to remember that. Yeah, but it's something like that. And we can see she's using Bernard's home as a base of operations when she escaped from Westworld. And that's the place where she grew the host bodies of the duplicates. It's a place where we saw them grow the Charlotte Hell body, and it looks like she's done some like brutal and simplistic surgery. It looks like that's been going on there. You saw like blooded, surgical knives next to the place that the gloop that the bodies the host bodies come out of. So the question is, what's going on there? Why and whom? Identity. I think identity is just this fascinating recurring motif of the episode. I think the season in general, maybe even the series. Most notably, we're revealing who's inside the identity of who's inside the duplicates, the duplicate hosts that Dolores has made. Who was in these pearls she put in them. And it's really clever. The answer to that is really clever. They're all Dolores's. They're all copies of Dolores, which of course makes complete sense and takes you into a completely different direction. Is she trying to like populate a world of Dolores's, which is kind of a conversation they have towards the end. And that's not the ultimate plan, as said out in the conversation. During a massive samurai knife fight, which was pretty darn freaking awesome, if you ask me. So but this makes a whole meltdown of the Charlotte Hell of Dolores, so much more understandable, and the weird relationship she has with what we're going to call her, Dolores Prime. It all makes it all really work and make it interesting and takes you in interesting new directions. But I love the way that putting the Dolores source code in different bodies results in like different and disparate entities. Making the question of does the host Dolores / Charlotte Hell, whatever that is, what she's doing is so much more interesting. Does Dolores Prime, as I guess we'll call her, Dolores Prime. Does Dolores Prime know that Charlotte Dolores is working covertly with what's the name? Serac, the guy managing one of the factions lined up against Dolores. And the whole like Serac Maeve plot really goes in interesting and I would say entertaining and compelling directions. This week we get to see Thandie Newton. She's dispatched on a mission, against the Dolores' forces. They're following the trail from Bernard's home, leading them to the underworld, the Yakuza. And also the welcome return of the actor, I can remember his name, Hikaru Sananda. He's basically the go-to Oriental. I don't know, is he Chinese? I can't say which nationality he comes from because I'm invariably going to be wrong, and that's going to sound so bad. So whoever he is, I'm really glad to see him. I like him in pretty much everything. I even liked him in Lost. I like him in pretty much everything. And it's great to see him back. And he turns out to be another freaking Dolores, which again, I'm just loving that idea. It's so free, it's so messed up. All this is intercut with Dolores Prime and Aaron Paul's Caleb's. They have this like really interesting heist plot. In general, I really like the pacing of all there's three basic plot threads. I love the pacing and the intercutting of all of them in this episode. So we got Dolores and Caleb have this like heist plot to get Liam Dempsey Jr.'s life and money from him. They already take his money, but then they want something else from him, which we don't know yet. We really get it's great that we get to see the Bernard and Stubbs faction face off against Dolores and Caleb, and they're at this really super creepy, wealthy charity auction brothel, just all out pervy party. I don't know. It's wherever it is. looks weird and disturbing. And I think I think part of the thrill is that the people that they're bidding on, the prostitutes they're bidding on, are real people, and then they're not hosts, which again just gets even creepier to me. Yeah, and I really, again, I don't understand. A lot of people didn't like it. I really like the fight sequence between Dolores and Stubbs. I think Evan Rachel Wood just looked fantastic. She looks great and convincing at kicking butt. And it's okay that she's like a smaller woman, he's a big guy, because they're both robots, all that stuff. Yeah, there's so many ways of doing it without it seeming stupid. And Star Trek Discovery, you really need to start paying attention to how to make your feminism not look stupid, because it makes it all look kind of stupid. So the fight sequences are really good. The fight sequence with, we talked about earlier, the fight sequence with Maeve and, was it Sato, being that like the samurai sword fight, also absolutely fantastic. You did great dialogue. I love the speed. I love the movement. And we end up with like multiple cliffhangers. We got the Charlotte Hurl stroke Dolores. This is going to be very hard to work people out. The Charlotte Dolores has William committed again. So again, I have no idea how this fits in to the season 2 finale, how that worked out. But somehow she managed to steal his shares for the somewhat, I would say, relatively dull subplot of, I think it's Serac trying to buy out Delos. Maeve looks like she's been killed, but she's a host. She's been killed a lot of times before. But again, that parting shot of her in a pool of her own blood in this like milky substance, which looks like the substance that the hosts are like generated out of. So why is that the contraband that the Yakuza's are smuggling? What's going on with that? I think there's a lot of clues and hints in this episode about where we're going with this season. I just hope we get a conclusion, and I hope we get a season 4. I really hope we get season 4 and 5 on the strength of these 4 episodes, and I really hope it doesn't poop the bed. Because it's so good right now. Again, I would recommend everybody just hold off and wait till the end of the season to see, because we've been very, very badly burned. But that's going. And then we got Burden now knows that Dolores is in the bodyguard Connors, the Connors host. But what does she want from him, particularly after it looks like she's taken out what does she want from Bernard, like particularly after she's taken out his muscle in the form of Stubbs. Again, great freaking fight. Great freaking fight. Okay, that is a tongue twister. I wouldn't recommend you trying. So at the end we have Dolores. She catches up with Dempsey Jr. And what does she want with him? Why doesn't she just make a copy of him? Why he asked this in the show? Like, why does she copy Connells and not him? So again, we have a lot of questions, and I'm really invested. I'm really invested in finding out the answers to these things. And again, I just really hope it doesn't poop the bed. If you can find it in yourself to forgive it, this is one of the most interesting, layered, thought-provoking, and lavish sci-fi shows, or even TV shows, I think ever made. And it's really enriching. But on the other hand, it's probably not going to continue. And it's going to finish because of its imploding ratings. Just going to show you, sometimes when you go broke, there's no form of penitence whatsoever. There's no form of penance you can do whatsoever to stop you going broke. So I hope that doesn't happen, and I hope it doesn't poop the bed, and I don't know, but it's so far very, very enriching. I'm really glad I got over my my significant anger at it and went at it with an open mind for this season. My name is Sheila Beck, and the Rabbi from another planet. Please like, share, and subscribe, and ring the little bell so you are notified when new videos drop.